Hello, my name is Nitish Abraham and I'm here to explain the seventh exercise of database lab. The topic is triggers. The first question is to create a simple trigger that does not allow delete operation on supplier table. Trigger is actually a procedure that automatically executes when an event has occurred. So, as per the first question, I have written the code as this. The syntax is create or replace trigger name before or after, delete or insert or update. It is delete on the table in the supplier for each row begin. If deleting, then you have to raise an error. So raise application error as deletion is not enabled, and endf and end. So when we run this, I have written the same code here, and when we run this, a trigger is created. Now when I delete supplier where SID is 004, it shows that the trigger is occurred and the deletion is not enabled. So the next question is to create a trigger that raises a user-defined error message and does not allow updating the order table. So for that, the code is as create or replace trigger. The trigger name is trigger 2 before update on order 1 as table name for each row begin. If inserting or updating, then you will raise an error that updation is not allowed. We endf and end. So let's run this. I've written the same command here in the run SQL command line, and a trigger is created. Now when we try to update the order 1 table and set customer ID is equal to 10, customer ID is equal to 103, trigger is occurred and we get an error as updation is not allowed. The third question is to create a trigger to implement the referential integrity policy on delete set null in the order quantity table. So the command for it is create or replace trigger the trigger name before update on the table name. Trigger 3 before delete on order 1 for each row. Begin update order quantity table. Set the order ID as null where order ID is equal to the old order ID. So then we give the same command here, and when we run it, we get the trigger is created. Now I try to delete the order 1 table where order ID is equal to 103, and so one row is deleted. Next question is to create a trigger to update the order table whenever the customer ID is updated in the customer table. So the command for it is create or replace trigger 4 before update on the customer table for each row begin. Update the order 1 table, set customer ID is equal to new customer ID and customer ID is equal to old. So before we update, we get the old, and after update we get the new customer ID. So when we run this, we give the same command, a trigger is created, and when we update this, update the customer as set as 402, update customer ID as 404 where customer name is George. One row is updated, so the trigger is executed properly. The fifth question is to create a trigger for customer table that inserts a newly inserted value in the customer order table. So the command for that is create or replace trigger the trigger name after insert on the customer table for each row begin. Insert into customer order table the values, new customer ID, the customer name and city. So when we run this, I give the same commands here and I run it, and a trigger is created. Now when I try to insert into the customer table the values of 61 George and I give the necessary attributes, one row is created. When we have also displayed it that select staff from customer audit, so that attributes and all are displayed, so it is inserted. So the next question is to create a trigger that raises an user-defined error message does not allow updating the supplier table. The supplier date is greater than the current date. So the command for it is create or replace trigger name before insert on supply table for each row. Begin the new .sdate is greater than the current date, the system date, then raise an error. The supply date is after today, and we end it. So when we run this, we give the same code and trigger is created. Now when we insert into supply values and we give the date, name the date as follows, we get an error showing that trigger is occurred, and we get an error showing that supply date is after today. So like that all the questions are covered, and this ends the 7th experiment. Thank you.